Well, good thing I didn't have my microphone on when I started talking because I was saying, and away we go, and I forgot about the little sunrise thing there. Good morning, everybody. I hope you people were here on the standby were enjoying the new footage that I got from my trip up to the Superior North Shore in Minnesota. I decided to put together a new standby video, and that was it. I hope you enjoyed it. I liked my favorite shot of the shot. Some of you might think that I have a drone, but no, I just have an expandable selfie stick. And there was the one shot that's my favorite is the one where I pan down from a waterfall all the way down the lake. I was on a bridge that was going over the waterfall. It was pretty cool, and I'm just excited about some of the shots. I'm going to be putting together a video about the trip itself, and we'll figure that out later. So anyway, good morning, and we already have a super chat. Y'all are starting early. I love it with the Canadian Fiver, which I don't know, after our stimulus package, I don't know if the Canadian Fiver is worth $3 or $10. I don't know, but it'll convert however it does. Thank you, Dark Isle, with the first super chat of the day, and you are the superstar donor of the day, even though I always forget to reset this stupid thing. Oops, no. What did I just do there? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Hang on. Boomer Tech. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'm going to play the intro, and I'll figure out my Boomer Tech. How's that sound? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Knight. And stop the music. So we've got a couple of them coming in. Thank you again. I've got the superstar donor of the day is now Gunfox 61. How did that? Wait, what? Wait a minute. I thought I reset that. There, this thing's messing with me. All right, we did that. Stream labels reset. There we go. All right. Thank you. First of all, let's get a couple of these out of the way. Thank you, Dark Isle, who says congrats on getting the YouTube super money. Thank you so much. And also John Sislowski, simping for Susan Horseface. Yes, queen or not queen, whatever. Anyway, God, there is so much happening now. I've got here. In fact, we got the confirmation hearing. Well, let's pop over there for a second because right now it's Senator Leahy's out there. Let me put some volume on here.
The dissent in Shelby County.
We can watch for a couple seconds. I'm not going to spend a lot of time because I got a lot to go through today, and there is so much.
Actually, it is. She was talking about and warning about striking down Section 5 of the Voting Rights Act. Now, Shelby County, it was almost like immediately after Shelby County came down, states started making changes.
You know what?
20 states.
Okay, he's asking you about a specific case, which they keep doing, and particularly cases that are currently being litigated. She can't make any comments on them other than maybe some very unspecific, legalities that have nothing to do with how she's going to talk on the case. You know what? While we're waiting, listen. F that. We're going to go through what I want to go through because the hearings for Amy Coney Barrett, if you're not sure what I'm talking about here, are pretty much exactly what you'd expect, except they haven't been nearly as contentious as the ones for Brett Kavanaugh. And granted, most of what you saw in the Brett Kavanaugh hearings was the end of the hearings when they decided to make up some stuff about him and all that. But for the most part, they're being a little more respectful, except for a few pieces that we're going to highlight today. But before we do that, let's say good morning to everyone in the chat, because we got quite the room going on already. First in the chat today is my friend from down under, Richo, who gets the bell. And it worked. I'm so happy that worked. Also, good morning to Black Hebrew Israelite.
That's right.
And GunFox61, who will be one of my future Discord administrators. We're going to talk about that with each other today and figure out what my goal with Discord is. Yes, it is eventually coming. GunFox has been instrumental in keeping my mind focused on putting that together, because I know that he'll do a good job being one of my administrators too. Also, good morning to Maddie, who puts out a little new. Follow Maddie on Twitter, by the way. In fact, I'll do that next time. Follow Maddie on Twitter, because she always has a little bunch of news blurbs out in the morning that are really good. And then she is also so kind to also include my stream as her final note every day, and I appreciate that. Good morning to Zach Osborne. Good morning, Selecta Boy! Yeah, boy! And good morning to the one who tubes. I said Zach Osborne. Okay, the one who tubes, Tyler F. Fox and Barrett Show. Good morning, Stab and Joe Scarborough. Let's see. I'm scrolling, guys. I'm scrolling. Aaron Meredith, what's happening? John Smith, say hi to Elizabeth for me. Scotty Dubs, what's up? Stab and Joe Scarborough, keeping the knife sharp. And Dark Isle, I said already. Oh, Dark Isle, who just gave me the first super chat of the day. Thank you, sir. Also, Kamari Turnbolt, what's happening? TC Ball, Space Trucker, what's up? That's a name I haven't seen for a while. Also, let's see. I'm scrolling. Purple Pill Perspective, how you doing? Chi-Town J, John Sislowski, and Katie did skate. Good morning. E. Michael, wait a minute. What happened there? What happened there? Katie did skate was right there, and I scrolled too fast. There we go. E. Michael, what's happening? TC Ball, I already said. And good morning, Atheist Icon, Jim Beam, Jimmy from Philly, who was wiped. You're a wiped male. Also, good morning, Cynical Lindsay. Hig 1966, and I think that's everyone so far. And I've got to stop because and check your logic, of course. So, the trials and tribulations of a possible future Supreme Court justice are going on right now. By the way, share the stream, hit the like button, donations through super chats or Streamlabs, either credit card or PayPal work on those, and what's the other ones? Cashapp and Venmo are also, but those are just if you want to make just donations outside. But if you want to be a permanent part of the show, Streamlabs preferable, but also YouTube super chats are available now because I passed that threshold. They still haven't given me a damn mobile streaming yet, though. That's the one that bugs me. But anyway, I've worked my way around that. Let's get into it. I just booked a bunch of stuff because there's so damn much. Now, let's talk about there's been a lot of bitching about this whole Supreme Court confirmation hearings going on and whether or not the Trump administration the president himself should have nominated somebody in the middle of an election, in the middle of a pandemic. By the way, if you want to play a drinking game during the Senate confirmations hearings, the key word that you should have to take a shot of Jack Daniels or some other preferable alcohol of your choice would be the words "in the middle of a pandemic." The Democrats seem to be using that line quite a bit, actually. So let's Project Veritas is suing the New York Times. Yeah. You know what? It'd be interesting because Project Veritas has never lost a case. It's going to be interesting. But anyway, let's go and get into my bookmarks, though, because that's what I want to do first. Then we'll get into some headlines, which also are kind of related to some of the bookmarks. But this first one was regarding Ted Cruz said that Joe Biden was right. And I was like, oh, about what? Well, there's been a lot of talk about whether or not the president should have been nominating a nominee now. There's been a lot of talk about court packing, which the Democrats seem to have been trying to gaslight the entire world on what the meaning of gaslighting is. Well, let's see what Joe Biden says about court packing. Now, on August 11th, 1987, on the FDR Supreme Court packing context Bork nomination. Well, here, let's just listen to Biden's words himself. This is Joe Biden when he still could
have been standing for as long as 20 years to be overruled and repeatedly rejected. He's gone to the Senate and the House repeatedly to ask for legislation, has been repeatedly rejected. But while President Roosevelt's social programs had the support of the Congress, President Reagan's programs did not.
Oh.
While President Reagan has used his nominations to shift the balance of the court, in Roosevelt's case, the court shifted on its own. Before the court packing bill reached the Senate floor, before Justice Mandever's timely resignation, Justice Robert Owens had already made his welcome switch in time to save 9, giving Roosevelt a 5-4 majority he sought. But in May of 1937, the outcome of the Senate was anything but certain. The Judiciary Committee was controlled by Democrats, all loyal New Dealers. And although they supported Roosevelt's political ends, they refused to allow him to pursue them through judicial means. In their minds, the integrity of the court meant more.
They refused to allow him to pursue them through judicial means. Oh, you mean he was forced to legislate? Okay, let's listen some more.
Than the agenda of the president. And on June 14th, they issued a report condemning the court packing plan. The president's legislation, they concluded, demonstrated, quote, the futility and absurdity of the devious.
Yes, interesting.
It was an effort to punish the justices for their opinions, quote, that was an invasion of judicial powers such as has never been attempted before in this country. But the committee report went further still. The executive attempts to dominate the judiciary led to an autocratic dominance, they said, the very thing against which the American colonies revolted and to prevent which the Constitution was in its very particulars framed. The report concluded with a final thundering sentence. Before the day was out, it would be heard round the world. Quote, it is a measure which should be so emphatically rejected that its parallel will never again be presented.
He's talking about
free
court packing,
representative
by the way.
Of free people in America. My case today about the role of the court is rooted in history, precedent, and I would argue common sense. I've argued that the framers entrusted the Senate with a responsibility of advice and consent to protect the independence of the judiciary.
Well, there you go. So that would be Joe Biden talking about against court packing. By the way, good morning, Attack Alpaca. Good morning, Robert Chalk. Good morning, CNN Sucks, who also put the first Streamlabs on the board today, which is, thank you for the $2. It says, it's okay to drop and dip. I'm sorry. And, despite, good morning, Duck Dog, by the way. CNN Sucks, which is the most redundant name on the internet. By the way, did you hear them calling your name the other day? They were calling your name, CNN Sucks. It was at a Trump event, and Jim Acosta was up there talking, and they said they were yelling out your name, and I'm not sure why they wanted you so bad at that time. It's funny about that clip when they were yelling CNN Sucks, and Acosta says something to the effect, yeah. And so does something else, something like COVID or something like that. But when he said that, it was acknowledging that, in fact, CNN does suck. Because he didn't say, well, CNN doesn't suck, but this is something that really sucks. He said, no. It almost to the effect of that may be true, but that sucks. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm in the wiped crowd there. CNN Sucks. I drop it and dip. It's according to Lady Boomer, it should be drop, wipe, and dip. So that's how it's going to be. Jimmy from Silly says, white men don't drop and dip. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, well, he said what also sucks. Thank you, Advocatus Diabli, and good morning to you too. Good morning, Chadwick Dupree, Robert Chalk, and I think I'm getting caught up. Anyway, so yes, Biden used to be against court packing. Who knows what his position is now, because according to Joe Biden himself, the voters don't deserve to know what his stance on court packing is now. Anyway, also this morning, oh, by the way, real quick thank yous to Cynical Lindsay, Maddie. Oh, I never tweeted out my show. Damn, that's why you guys are probably haven't retweeted it. Well, anyway, here's my tweet, and I'll retweet their tweet. I'm not going to take the time to go on Mind Gabs and all the other places, but I'll retweet these ones too. Thank you for tweeting out the show, ladies. I appreciate you. Retweet one of them. If you're following them on Twitter, retweet one of them, and also follow them on Twitter. They have very interesting Twitter feeds too. And Maddie's very informative, has news out every morning, so it's really cool. Good morning, Keenan. Back to my bookmarks though, because I do have several things to chat about here. Let me grab one of these here. Also, and these are they're in no particular order today. I'm good morning, Evil One. Good morning, K Shull. I love that pumpkin's avatar too. That's really cool. Biden hasn't been told what position on court packing is yet, so how can he answer the question? Yeah, he does. Yeah, no one's told him what his position should be. It keeps going. Well, he was against it a few weeks ago, and then he's ambiguous about it, and I don't know. Go figure. So these are in random order. Yesterday, Nancy Pelosi got a little heated with Wolf Blitzer. Now, the Washington Examiner tweeted this thing that said, whenever Speaker Pelosi faces an uncomfortable line of questioning, she almost always snaps, punching back with insults that are far disproportionate to the perceived offense, just like Donald Trump, but with less power and fewer political victories. Yeah, I got you. And here's, wow, she really, she goes full Trump. Let's see that. Yeah. Well, let's just click this tab. I had it bookmarked. Oh, here it is right here. So, apparently, it's a fun, and this is the article from the Washington Examiner. It's a funny thing on the rare occasion that House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is treated to an uncomfortable or unfair line of questioning from a member of the press. She almost always snaps, punching back with quips and insults that are far disproportionate to the perceived offense. In a way, she's like President Trump, but with less power and fewer political victories. On Tuesday, CNN Wolf Blitzer lobbied the speaker to accept and pass the White House most recent multi-trillion-dollar stimulus proposal. By the way, there are a lot of Democrats who are pissed off at Nancy for not at least coming to the part that they're willing to do and get some relief. Nancy might take some heat for this, because Democrats are bitched at her now about this fact that they're not getting to this new stimulus package. Anyway, on Tuesday, CNN's Wolf Blitzer lobbied the speaker to accept and pass the White House most recent multi-trillion-dollar stimulus proposal. Blitzer kept after it hard, which Pelosi did not appreciate. Can you explain? Well, you know what? Let's just watch it. Okay. Do we watch the... okay, we're not going to watch the whole thing. I just want you to see... I want you to see Nancy Pelosi's... how she finishes this. This is 4 minutes of just complete amazement. Let's make this so you can see this bad boy. Here we go. Here's Nancy Pelosi. This goes on for 4 minutes because, my God, for once, someone in the media presses a Democrat on something, and here we go.
Mr. Mnuchin to negotiate. That's what we've done with other presidents. This isn't unusual.
Look, she's heated.
With President Bush, we did this quite a bit because that's how you negotiate. And then you take it to the president. This, Mr. Mnuchin, I think he has integrity representing his position. May I finish, please?
Oh,
but he has integrity representing his position, but his position has no integrity.
Look now. I want you to. I'm gonna go back just a tiny bit. Look at her eyes while she's saying this. Can't you see the lightning bolts shooting out of her eyes at Wolf Blitzer right now? It's amazing. Hello, Amy in Connecticut, Wikipedia snippet, and somebody else came in here when I didn't, whatever. Anyway, look at the fire in her eyes. It's amazing.
His position has no integrity. They do not share our values. Have a little respect for the fact that we know something about these subjects. And there's a big difference between Democrats and Republicans in whether they want to give a big tax cut to the wealthiest people in the country.
Good point, Lindsay. I wonder if Blitzer got a stern talking to from the figureheads at CNN. I'm telling you what, because you know how they coordinate with the Democrats, right? I got a feeling that Zucker himself was in Blitzer's office within an hour of him getting off the air. I'm just saying. And you know what? It's her that's blocking this stuff. There is no other way to frame it. It is her.
In their bill, in the CARES Act. We tried to take it out in this bill. Instead, they took out earned income tax credit, child tax credit, expanded health benefits to UI benefits to the extent that it was agreed to before.
Right.
So this is, I
Wolf
have every
ain't buying
confidence in what and the arguments that we make because it's based on science and documentation.
It's based on science. You ever notice how everything that Nancy Pelosi does is based on science? Oh, I never switched this over here. Let's make this easier to see. It's based on science, but she's not done yet. There's a lot left. Watch this. This is amazing.
Lawyers know their stuff. They know what they're doing. With all due respect
nervous.
to the kind of
He
people
just
you were
looks like
referencing, and I welcome their enthusiasm.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. We're gonna watch. I'm gonna go back just a few seconds. Watch Blitzer's face. He's not nervous. He's just like, I'm not listening to your bullshit right now because I know what I'm gonna say.
You were referencing, and I welcome their enthusiasm. I welcome their interest. I welcome their originality of their thinking.
Oh yes, I'm trying to think of words.
But the fact is, we have a responsibility to meet the needs of the American people in a retroactive way, so they're not at a total loss. They are on a loss because the president has ignored the virus. I wish he would spend time on the fact that if he had not ignored the virus, we wouldn't be in the position we're in, but we are.
Well, it had not ignored the virus. I'm tired of that freaking line too, okay? Didn't ignore the virus, had a task force on it right in the beginning, and regardless, when he was telling you all that this was coming, and then you were in Chinatown saying, poo-poo, this is papa, you're safe, and yada, yada, yada. I'm thinking, trying to put words together, and we're safe, and we're here. Whatever.
And what we are, and let me say about that.
Wait, okay, real quick. I see messages retracted a couple times. Are these being retracted by yourselves, or is this happening? I'm talking to Cynical Lindsay and Check Your Logic, because I know sometimes Check Your Logic, you do that. Well, you do it on your own to be funny, but then I'm seeing red message. What? I want to know what you're saying that these messages are getting retracted. Just curious. All right, let's keep going here.
So I hope that I'm pleased that these
watch Wolf, because Wolf gets kind of pissed at her.
Companies are taking the responsible position to halt and hopefully then resume. Because we want the public to have confidence in whatever therapies or whatever vaccines come along, that they will take them.
Right.
And to people who say, well, I don't trust Trump on that. If we trust the Food and Drug Administration for what they are doing, the scientists there who've been working 24/7.
Oh, so now
notice.
That's a shift. That's a shift. She's saying that you should trust the people at the FDA who are making the vaccines or approving the vaccines. Because they took some heat, I think, from the vice presidential debate when Kamala Harris was saying, I'm not taking no vaccine. Oh, and I think Pence did a good job in that in saying, quit undermining the scientist. And so somewhere the Democrats got the message, right? Here, before I move on, thank you. Who's this? Oh, wait. Why is this so small? Holy shit. I gotta make this bigger so I can see it. Thank you, GunFox61, with the Streamlabs donation. Thank you. Who says, come on, fix this. There we go. Okay. Wicked Witch of the West wants Democrats. Wants what? Oh. Wicked Witch of the West wants Democrats' city and state bailouts to repair all the looting and riot damage. Also, defund the police. Yeah, they're not, you know, they don't know what they want. Anyway, all right, let's finish this up here.
Excellent science. The science should call the shot, and when they do, we should all trust it.
And let's hope they get more treatments. Let's hope they get a vaccine. And Madam Speaker,
Yes.
I certainly respect you, but I also respect Ro Khanna. I respect Andrew Yang. I respect members of the Democrats.
I respect all
who are
of you
members the
so
problem
much.
solvers. They want a deal because so many people right now.
Well,
And those are the Democrats that were critical of Pelosi for not doing this. And so Wolf is pointing that out.
Problem solvers, by the way, don't have any earned income tax credit or child tax credit in their proposal either. But let's not go into that.
Yeah,
You
we've gone
evidently
through
do
that.
not respect the chairman of the committees who wrote these bills.
I respect
and
all
I
of
wish
you.
you would respect the knowledge that goes into getting
Yes, because you're the only
meeting
ones
the
who have
needs of
knowledge,
the American
Nancy. Yes,
people.
the
But
only
again,
Democrats
Bill and Jag
have
defended
knowledge.
the administration all this time with no knowledge of the difference between our two bills. And I thank you for giving me the opportunity to say that to you in
All right,
person.
Madam Speaker, these are
Yeah, she's. I appreciate the opportunity to say "fuck you" in person. Basically, she said right there.
These are incredibly
Wolf ain't
difficult
having
times
it.
right now, and we'll leave it on that note. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining
no, we'll
us.
leave it on the vote that you are not right on this, Wolf, and I hate
Oh,
to say that to
all
you.
right.
But I feel confident about it, and I feel confident about my colleagues, and I feel confidence in my chairs.
And it's not about me. It's about millions of Americans who can't put food on the table, who can't pay the rent.
Wolf ain't
And we
letting up.
represent them.
who
And we
are in trouble
represent them.
getting
And
by
we
on
represent
these
them.
long food
And we
lines that we're
represent
seeing.
them.
I know
we
you
know
are.
them.
I'm sorry. Wait, Nancy, who represents them? I'm just curious. only Democrats represent them. Fuck off, bitch.
I'm
We
just saying,
represent them, and we know them.
as we
We
say,
know them. We represent them.
don't let the
Yes.
perfect be the enemy of the good, as they say
It is
here in
nowhere
Washington.
near perfect.
Madam Speaker.
Always the case, but we're not even close to the good.
All right, let's see what happens, because every day is critically important. Thanks so much
Thank
for
you for
joining
your
us.
sensitivity to our constituents' needs.
I am sensitive to them because I see them on the street
boy.
begging for food, begging for money. Madam Speaker, thank you
Have
so
you
much.
fed them? We feed them. We feed them.
We'll continue
You're a
this
lying
conversation
dog-faced
down
pony
the road,
soldier.
for sure. We'll take a quick break.
Oh, just a she's feeling the heat from her own party on this one. That's what the problem is, okay? She's getting beat up by her own party. Anyway, a couple quick thank yous. Tyler F., Skookum, Necrosol Collins, everyone who's retweeting the show. I greatly appreciate it. Share the stream, hit the arrow down there, Twitter up there, Minds and Gabs, and Parler, or and then obviously the super chat through YouTube and Streamlabs help out greatly, especially in these times of uncertainty. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on. We'll hit another bookmark. Then we're gonna do our thing. Sensitivity to our constituents' needs. Big fat fucking. Yes, I agree with you, Cynical Lindsay. Okay, more just random things that I bookmarked yesterday. Mazie Hirono, the senator from the great state of Hawaii. I'm curious as to this line of question. I do have an article about it too. Does Nancy need to join AA? I think she definitely needs to make it to a couple AA meetings, Dr. No. I'm just saying. But anyway, Mazie Hirono, from the state of Hawaii, senator, in the questioning of Amy Coney Barrett, the fine individual up for the Supreme Court, nominated by the president. I read an article later this morning about this, as far as how this seems almost like it's a setup for something like that Maisie has under her sleeves. But this was a fascinating line of questioning. So let me, I'm going to set it up here. Pause it. Okay. You judge for yourself. What the hell is she angling at here? It's a weird line of questioning. And here it is.
To ensure the fitness of nominees for a lifetime appointment to the federal bench or to any of the other positions for any of the committees on which they appear, I ask each nominee these two questions, and I will ask them of you. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator Hirono.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
Judge Barrett, do you think it is appropriate for justices to consider real-world impacts in their decision-making?
I think that's the end of this clip.
As Justice Ginsburg noted in a number of her dissents.
Okay, that question's come up
Well,
again.
Senator, the doctrine of stare decisis.
To ensure the fitness of nominees for a lifetime
Here, I'll
appointment
pause
to
that.
the...
Anyway, it's a fascinating line of questioning, right? So then I can pull up this article, and I'm not going to read the whole thing. I'll put it in the chat. It's fascinating though. Let's which screen here? There we go. Suspicious Dem questions for Amy Coney Barrett suggest a setup. For those who have watched the Senate confirmation hearing of Amy Coney Barrett for Supreme Court Justice, we know one thing: facing the inevitability of her confirmation, the Democrats are using this entire hearing as a big fat campaign ad for Joe Biden. It's all about COVID, the ACA, and healthcare, just like his entire shtick for the last few months. But is this really all they are up to? History proves that the Dems are usually up to no good, especially when they seem to be behaving. It's possible they will just use the remainder of their time to filibuster, talk at the nominee, try to humiliate her, and push her into saying something inflammatory that they can use against her nomination and the president. It's possible they're going to just let the process play out and only hope to gain some political advantage from it, nothing more. And sure, it's possible all will go as planned by the Senate Republicans. Thursday, the hearings conclude, the vote takes place at the end of the month, and we all go merrily along to the polls. Have you picked yourself off the floor in laughter yet? That's true. When has it ever gone according to Republicans' plan? Here, I'll put the article in the chat, by the way. What the hell happened here? There we go. There it is. When have the Dems ever been courteous and respectful toward Republican nominees to the high court? When haven't they gone to extremes to press a perceived advantage or one they carved out of whole cloth without any regard for the lives and reputations they destroy? All the bells and whistles went off in my head when Maisie Hirono asked Judge Barrett, quote, since you've become a legal... Oh, wait, I got to do it. Sorry. I got to do a Maisie Hirono. Since you become a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature? She claims to ask this of every nominee. Someone should just look that up. And then Cory Booker asked the judge if she condemns white supremacy. No, folks, this hearing is not just a 4-day infomercial for Biden-Harris. Instead, it's more likely a setup. They had to anticipate she'd answer no to the first question and readily condemn white supremacy. It doesn't take a political genius to suspect that they will spring something on us as the hearing winds down Thursday, in hopes of delaying the vote and possibly scoring points for Biden-Harris. They must believe they have the goods on the good judge, or at least something disruptive enough to stall the proceedings and call her integrity into doubt. judging by those questions they asked and using a little imagination, maybe Di-Fi will produce a letter from a former student, colleague, or domestic employee who will claim that ACB mistreated them, said homophobic or racist remarks, made them feel uncomfortable, triggered him, didn't provide a safe space, and should be removed from consideration because of her microaggression. Maybe she failed to pay her Social Security or neglected to pay them a fair salary. Something. Anything. It's just incredibly hard to believe that those questions were random. The Democrats are a lot of things, but they don't do things without a purpose. So, here's my question of the day. The rest of the article's in the chat. You can read the rest yourself. My question of the day is, what was the real reason Mazie Hirono asked that asinine question? Throw it in the chat or do whatever you want. I just want to know, why did she ask that asinine question? All right. Let's while you're thinking about that and putting that in chat, I am going to go to my one commercial that I played during the show that you cannot skip. And I'll be right back with more headlines. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it, you're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And thank you for watching. Now back to the show. All right. While I was gone, thank you to Tyler F. and Chi-Town J for retweeting the tweet of the show. Also, good morning to Thomas Cleaver, who just showed up in the chat, Donatello Slapperfellow, who I don't remember saying good morning to, and D.I. Freighter Watcher. What's happening, my friend? By the way, D.I. Freighter Watcher, we didn't get to go to the Duluth Harbor while we were up on the North Shore, and I feel bad about that, but we had to get back for my son's birthday party, which I guess that's important. Actually, we were just taking him out for dinner, and we were late, and we got there late, and I still had to pay for dinner, whatever, but it's all good. Anyway, but I did get some great shots of the lighthouse at Split Rock, which is the sweet sweatshirt I'm wearing today. And they're the oldest functioning lighthouse in the state of Minnesota, which is at Two Harbors, a beautiful lighthouse that they turned part of it into a bed and breakfast because the lighthouses are now all self-sufficient. They run themselves. So anyway, more on the, this is funny. I found this humorous, so I bookmarked it. Here's the difference between Unhinged. Hang on a second. I'm going to put it on a full screen here so you can see it. This is the difference between Unhinged and Steady. Okay? One of these happens to be my senator from my lovely state. And this it's in hyperlapse just of a questioning by one of the senators from my state on the committee. And here we go. Look at the difference. Now this is real footage, just sped up, and look at the difference. Okay. Granted, she's asking questions, but what the hell? I suppose that just looked. Now to be fair. To be fair, that footage is going to look like that because the one's asking the questions and one's waiting patiently to answer the questions. So of course it's going to look kind of funny, but I just thought it was hilarious. Anyway, now the other thing I found here that as I was perusing through perusing through Twitter was now Jonathan Alter. Now he's way out there. He's a left-wing journalist. He's from he did a biography on Jimmy Carter. He's a MSNBC analyst, columnist, Sirius radio host, whatever. But he's way out there. Now he produced apparently some faculty at University of Notre Dame where Amy Coney Barrett was on the law school faculty. They have he puts breaking 88 colleagues, 88 of Amy Coney Barrett's faculty colleagues at Notre Dame have released a letter saying she should withdraw from consideration from the court. Wow. 88 of her colleagues at Notre Dame wrote a letter against Amy Coney Barrett? Oh no. Thank you, Maddie. Who says, as soon as I figure move this far enough I can read it. Oh, Maddie has given me well, let's see. Well, I don't know what to call this. I was going to say it's a poem, but it's not really. It's just, okay, here we go. Thank you for the $5 via Streamlabs, by the way, who says, oh, I do so love the theater, the story, the costumes, the set pieces, the music, the act. Oh, wait. This is Congress. Never mind. Yeah, it is it's definitely an act they're playing on. Thank you, Maddie, so much. Also, I think a couple more people have tweeted out the show. Thank you, whoever did that. I'll recognize you later. So this letter from the faculty, 88 of Amy Coney Barrett's faculty colleagues, right? Now remember, Notre Dame is a university, but I want to read this letter because, as you see this, you think, okay, are these people denouncing her? They're telling her asking her to withdraw from consideration? The hell was that? I didn't ring the bell. Anyway, oh yeah, I did. It just took a while. So 88 of her colleagues get together, write a letter. Now, before I even read the letter, though, I want to read one of the replies to this tweet. And it has 54,000 retweets, 6,000 quote tweets, 131,000 likes. Now, Alter's a pretty popular guy. He's got 113,000 followers, and I'm sure people tweet and quote and blah, blah, blah. But one of the replies here, now listen to this reply to this, just the tweet, not the letter, just the tweet itself. Because this is indicative of how people get their news, how people react to news, and it's very telling. Listen to this reply to the Alter, what's his guy, and the faculty colleagues releasing the letter, right? Here's the listen to this. This woman, who was a random person, don't bother her. I already replied to her. Notre Dame is a Catholic university. They offer a degree to become a minister in the Catholic Church. You can make fun of the professors, but given her deep Catholic faith, this holds more credibility than we're realizing. The bigger picture, her Catholic colleagues have denounced her. Now let's read the letter. Let's read the letter where her Catholic colleagues have denounced her. An open letter to Judge Amy Coney Barrett from your Notre Dame colleagues. Dear Judge Barrett, we write to you as fellow faculty members at the University of Notre Dame. We congratulate you on your nomination to the United States Supreme Court. An appointment to the court is the crowning achievement of a legal career and speaks to the commitment you have made throughout your life. And while we are not pundits, from what we read, your confirmation is all but assured. That is why it is vital that you issue a public statement calling for a halt to your nomination process until after the November presidential election. We ask that you take this unprecedented step for 3 reasons. Now, what did that person say? Because I'm curious here. I'm going to go back. Let me read this, what this first tweet said, because this is kind of the reaction to people read the tweet. Nobody read the damn letter. Her Catholic colleagues have denounced her. That's what this person read into that statement, that the fact that someone wrote this letter, right? Let's continue in the letter. First, voting for the next president is already underway. According to the United States Election Project, which is the United States Election Project is not any official entity. It's just some group that's trying to figure shit out. More than 7 million people have already cast their ballots, and millions more are likely to vote before Election Day. The rushed nature of your nomination process, which you certainly recognize as an exercise in raw power politics, may effectively deprive the American people of a voice in selecting the next Supreme Court justice. I'm going to stop to analyze this a little bit. So, their first reason, and I'm not done with the whole paragraph, but the first reason is because elections are already underway. Rushed nature of the nomination process. Now also they assume this sentence, which you certainly recognize as an exercise in raw power politics. Why would you assume that she certainly recognizes that? Hello, Mr. Dax. Nah. I'll continue here. And also, guess what? The American people have had their say in selecting this Supreme Court justice because they elected President Trump, and this Senate has been in Republican hands for 3 consecutive elections. So clearly, according to the Constitution, the president nominates and the Senate advise and consent. Well, that's what they're doing. There's nothing. I don't know what this anti-democratic. Anyway, they continue. You are not, of course, responsible for the anti-democratic machinations driving your nomination. What? You're not voting. The current president and the Senate are the ones who complete this process. So I'm not sure what you even mean by the anti-democratic machinations. No. Until January 20th, 2025, Donald Trump is your president. Did I do one of those little slip things there? Well, technically, January 20th, 2020, this term of the president reign as the president of the United States still allows him to do this, and it is constitutionally sound to do it now. But anyway, I continue. Nor are you complicit. There's that word, complicit. That's a nasty word. It's a word used on purpose. Nor are you complicit in the Republican hypocrisy of fast-tracking your nomination weeks before a presidential election, when many of the same senators refused to grant Merrick Garland so much as a hearing a full year before the last election. Oh, I'm sorry. As in, it's happened 29 times and 17 have been nominated, and whenever the party of the president and the party of leading in Congress have been different, it's happened before. Sorry. And rushed, there have been Supreme Court nominations where the nominee was nominated and confirmed on the same day. So I don't know what you mean by rushed. The idea of having hearings for Supreme Court nominees really only started in the 70s. They didn't even have hearings before. The president nominated and the Senate had a little whatever and voted. So whatever. Anyway, nor are you complicit in the Republican Party hypocrisy of fast-tracking your nomination weeks before a presidential election when many of the same senators refused to grant Merrick Garland so much a hearing a full year before the last election. However, you can refuse to be party of such maneuvers. We ask that you honor the democratic process and insist on the hearings be put off on hold until after the voters have made their choice. Following the election, your nomination would proceed or not in accordance with the wishes of the winning candidate. Well, that's not how it worked, but hello, Patrice Ridley. That's not how it works. That's not an argument, okay? First argument down. Let's go to the next argument they have in this letter. I'm still wondering, though, where's this? Her Catholic colleagues have denounced her. I'm waiting for that part. So I'm listening. Listen very carefully whether her Catholic colleagues have denounced her. Okay, here we go. Next, the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg's dying wish, oh my God, was that her seat on the court remained open until a new president was installed. Okay, where's my pocket constitution? Hang on. Oh, wait, I never did find that. I took out the pocket constitution, and there was never a dying wish clause. Let me continue. At your nomination ceremony at the White House, you praised Justice Ginsburg as a woman of enormous talent and consequence whose life of public service serves as an example to us all. Your nomination just days after Ginsburg's death was unseemly and a repudiation of her legacy. No, it's a constitutionally required duty of the President of the United States, and I'm sorry, that's just how it goes, Tootsie. Anyway, that's not what I meant to say. Given your admiration for Justice Ginsburg, we ask that you repair the injury to her memory by calling for a pause in the nomination until the next president is seated. Wasn't it Ginsburg who said that the presidential term is not 3 years or 3.5 years, but it's a full 4 years, and that's quite what you do? How the hell does this injure her memory? The people, okay, let me ask you this. Class, I have a question. Any of the people who revere Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, do you know of any single person on the planet who reveres that woman find that there's an injury to her memory? Do you think they think any less of her now, or that she was any less important just because the new nominee was nominated a few weeks after her death? I don't think so. Finally, here's the third argument I'm still listening for very carefully. Listen for her colleagues' denunciation of Amy Coney Barrett. I'm waiting for it. And this is the final. So this is the last part. Somewhere in this last part, there's going to be her colleagues are going to denounce her. Let's listen to this. Finally, your nomination comes at a treacherous moment in the United States. This is not starting the way I meant. Our politics are consumed by polarization, mistrust, and fevered conspiracy theories. Oh, you mean like the Russia theory? I'm just saying. Our country is shaken by pandemic and economic suffering. There is violence in the streets of American cities. Yeah! I bet everyone who signed this letter is cheering that violence on. The politics of your nomination, as you surely understand, will further inflame our civic wounds, undermine confidence in the court, and deepen the divide among ordinary citizens, especially if you are seated by a Republican Senate weeks before an election of a Democratic president and Congress. Oh, is that the nice country you have there? Hate to see anyone fuck it up argument? You have the opportunity to offer an alternative to all that by demanding that your nomination be suspended until after the election. We implore you to take that step. We're asking a lot, we know. Should Vice President Biden be elected, your seat on the court will almost certainly be lost. Au contraire! Because they don't have to wait till after the election, or even if they do wait till the after the election, they still got a full 2 months plus to get the nomination confirmed. That would be painful, surely. Yet there is much to be gained in risking your seat. You would earn the respect of fair-minded people everywhere. Whatever. You would provide a model of civic selflessness, and you might well inspire Americans of different beliefs towards a renewed commitment to the common good. We wish you well and trust you will make the right decision for our nation. Yours in Notre Dame. And then here's the list of now. So, all right. So, just FYI, there are 1,357 faculty members at the University of Notre Dame. And so but remember, she was at the Notre Dame Law School. And this says 88 of her, what does it alter say? 88 of Amy Coney Barrett's faculty colleagues at Notre Dame. So I'm assuming when he says faculty colleagues, I'm assuming she's talking about colleagues in the law school, right? That there are people in the law school who says, yes, she should halt the nomination process and wait till the election. So, in case Joe Biden wins, that he can do something, right? Right? Okay, let's look at some of the names on this letter. And I'm not going to do the names. I'm going to go through all 88, not the names, but just where because they put their name and what they teach. And I don't care about the names. What they teach. First person, English. Okay, that's colleague, law school, English. Law school, English. Okay, not really a colleague, but they teach at the same university. Next one, anthropology and peace studies. By the way, if you are majoring in something that ends in the word studies, start studying menus. I'm just saying. Next one. History and gender studies. I don't recall there being a law school section on history and gender studies, but okay. Physics. Hard science. Hesburgh Libraries. That's another Hesburgh Libraries. I'm assuming that's someone who works in the libraries, right? And physics, another hard science. Another peace studies. And that's all this one teaches. Peace studies. Political science. Okay, that can go either way. Peace studies again. Peace studies. Yep. Sociology. Yeah, it's studying how the world works. Another physics. Apparently, there's some lefties in the physics department. Music. Is music a colleague to the law school? I don't know. Biological sciences. Okay, hard science. And philosophy. Philosophy. I wonder. Theology. Okay. Political science, physics, anthropology. Here's one. Medieval studies and gender studies. I hope all of your students are studying menus too. Here we go. Program of Liberal Studies and Department of English. Okay. University Writing Program and Gender Studies. Hesburgh Libraries. I don't know what Hesburgh Libraries. I should probably look that up. I don't know if that's someone who works in the library or is that a course? I don't know. Political Science, Hesburgh Libraries. This is an emerita. Romance Languages and Literatures. Okay. Television and Theater. music, romance, language, and literatures, philosophy, Hesburgh Libraries, anthropology, music, anthropology, history, Hesburgh Libraries, Center for University Advising, political science, liberal studies, history, East Asian languages and cultures, Medieval Institute, theology, English, German, Hesburgh Libraries, German, political science, film, TV and theater, mathematics, sociology, and peace studies. There it is again. They got a lot of people teaching peace studies. Huh. I wonder if they have a war college there too. Just curious. This is a stupid question. Romance, language, literatures, art, history, German, FTT and Kjell, whatever that is, Irish language and literature, Kroc Institute, German economics, philosophy and political science, German economics, philosophy and political science, English, history, anthropology, political science, English, history of the Higgins Labor Program, Program of Liberal Studies, Theology, Kroc Institute, Music, Philosophy and Gender Studies, English, Film and Television and Theater, Center for Social Concerns, Program of Liberal Studies, Sociology, American Studies, Political Science and Peace Studies, Classics, Professor Emerita in English, Eck Institute of Global Health, and finally, political science. What's missing on that list? Not a single person in the law school faculty, law school faculty. None, not one, not a single person. In fact, mostly liberal arts, mostly 88 out of 1,357 faculty at the University of Notre Dame signed the letter. And author's making a big deal about this letter. He thinks this is a big damn deal. 88 out of 1,357 faculty. Now, here's what's interesting. Do you think at any given college or university in the United States of America, with the exception of perhaps Hillsborough College and Liberty University, you're going to have a whole bunch of liberal professors, faculty, staff, whatever. I mean, it is a college. I don't care if it's Notre Dame, even though it's Catholic, doesn't mean it's necessarily everyone's liberal there. Out of 1,357 professors, 88 wrote this letter. Also, what's the bigger problem with this letter? Let's see. Select Boy, thank you for the $5 in the super chat. Those folks should be studying on when they should change the oil in their car. Yeah, that too. I bet there's a lot of burnt out engines among that group. Anyway, thank you, Select Boy, by the way. Now, the funny thing too on this, so this letter that they write, so here's the three reasons again. Let's go through the three reasons. One, there's an election underway. Some people have voted. The voters should be able to choose the Supreme Court nominee. Nope, that's not what it says in the Constitution. Number two, Justice Ginsburg's dying wish, her legacy, her this and that, injury to her memory. That's not in the Constitution. And then their final, well, things are not so great in the country, so, you know, it could cause more people to be upset about some shit. Okay, you can tell that none of these people have ever stepped foot into not just Notre Dame's College of Law, but any college of law. none of these reasons, oh my God, make any sense whatsoever. Anyway, all right, enough of that crap. Let's move on. What else we got? I bookmarked a whole bunch of stuff. Who knows what we get to. Oh, damn. This is kind of breaking news as of late yesterday. And there was even some New York Times columnist or whatever writer referenced this and got just pilloried on Twitter about this. Apparently, Hunter Biden.
Come on, man.
Hunter Biden. There's an article in the New York Post about Hunter Biden. And he has an issue. Well, first, here's the tweet that I found the article from. It says, from Richard Grinnell, the former Trump administration official, 47 years of Washington, D.C., Joe Biden is all about the ways of Washington, lies and money. So apparently Hunter Biden had written some emails, and apparently revealing the Ukrainian exec thanked Hunter Biden for the opportunity to beat the vice president. And I don't know if this, they say it's smoking gun. I don't know. Here's the New York Post. Here, transition there. Here's the New York Post, the front page. Smoking gun email reveals how Hunter Biden introduced Ukrainian businessmen to Vice President Dad. Hunter Biden introduced his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, to a top executive at a Ukrainian energy firm less than a year before the elder Biden pressured the government officials in Ukraine into firing the prosecutor who was investigating the company, according to emails obtained by the New York Post. The never-before-revealed meeting is mentioned in a message of appreciation that Vadim Pozaskarsky, an advisor to the board of Burisma, allegedly sent Hunter Biden on April 17, 2015, about a year after Hunter joined the Burisma board at a reported salary of up to $50,000 a month. Let me repeat that, $50,000 a month. Dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to D.C. and giving an opportunity to meet your father, and spent some time, and we spent some time together, and whatever. It's really, I think he meant really, real. Yeah, he said realty. It's really an honor and a pleasure, the email reads. An earlier email from May 2014 also shows Pozarsky, reportedly Burisma's number 3 executive, asking Hunter for advice on how you could use your influence on the company's behalf. Now, I'm just confused. What influence could Hunter Biden, former military dishonorable dischargee for drug use, have? What kind of influence could he have? Hunter, what's his name? Hunter Biden? Is that Joe Biden's kid? Oh, wow. The blockbuster correspondence, which flies in the face of Joe Biden's claim that he's never spoken to my son about his overseas business dealings, quote unquote, is contained in a massive trove of data recovered from a laptop computer. What is this about Democrats and their laptops? They can't seem to control their stuff. Okay, so this is, dear Hunter, thank you for inviting me to D.C. and giving me an opportunity to meet your father and spend some time together. It's really an honor and pleasure. As we spoke yesterday evening, it would be great to meet today for a quick coffee. What do you think? I could come to your office somewhere around noon or so, blah, blah, blah. The computer was dropped off at a repair shop in Biden's home state of Delaware in April 2019, according to the store's owner. Other material extracted from the computer includes a raunchy 12-minute video that appears to show Hunter, who's admitting struggling with addiction problems, smoking crack while engaged in a sex act with an unidentified woman, as well as numerous other sexually explicit issues. I hadn't gotten to this part of the article yet. Apparently, they were okay. Anyway, they that was on the laptop too. Fantastic. The customer who brought in the water-damaged MacBook Pro for repair never paid for the service or retrieved it, or a hard drive on which its contents were stored, according to the shop owner, who said he tried repeatedly to contact the client. Oh! Wait a minute. The water damage, the customer who brought it in apparently may not have been Hunter Biden. I wonder, April 2019. could it be somebody was trying to destroy evidence and threw it in the river or lake or something, and somebody saw it and went and recovered it? Oh my God. The customer brought in the water-damaged MacBook Pro for repair, never paid for the service or retrieved it, or a hard drive on which its contents were stored, according to the shop owner, who said he tried repeatedly to... That's how they got the information. The shop owner, he sent it to the Washington Post. Hello, John Connor. Where you been, my brother? Nice to see you. And be safe. There's machines out there. Also, good morning, Johnny Blaze. What's happening? The shop owner couldn't positively identify the customer as Hunter Biden, but said the laptop bore a sticker from the Beau Biden Foundation, named after Hunter's late brother. Photos of a Delaware federal subpoena given to the Post show that both the computer and hard drive were seized by the FBI in December, after the shop's owner says he alerted the feds to its existence. So there's the, looks like the subpoena for who? This is... You're commanded, blah, blah, blah. When you arrive, remain in the court. I don't know if this is someone. Okay, I don't know who this is, but whatever. But before turning over the gear, the shop owner says he made a copy of the hard drive and later gave it to former mayor. He gave it to Rudy Giuliani's lawyer, Robert Costello. Steve Bannon, former advisor to President Trump, told the Post about the existence of the hard drive in late September, and Giuliani provided the Post with a copy of it on Sunday. That's how they got it. Oh my God. The plot thickens every day. Less than 8 months after Porzharski thanked Hunter Biden for the introduction to his dad, and then Vice President admittedly pressured Ukraine President Petro Poroshenko and Prime Minister Resny Yatsenyuk into getting rid of Prosecutor General Victor Shokin by threatening to withhold $1 billion in U.S. loan guarantees. Oh my goodness. So let's see. And then, here's another one. Joe Biden has insisted that the U.S. wanted Shokin removed over corruption concerns, which were shared by the European Union. Meanwhile, an email dated May 12, 2014, shortly after Hunter Biden joined the Burisma board, shows Porzharski attempted to get him to use his political leverage. Again, this is Hunter Biden, who should have no political leverage except for the fact that his dad's name is Joe Biden. Why ya always hiding? With you, I'm not riding. You campaign like Poseidon. Joe Biden.
Come on, man.
Dear. Okay, so the message had a subject line, urgent issue, and it was also sent to Hunter Biden's business partner, Devin Archer, who also sat on the Burisma board at the time. So here's this letter. Dear Hunter and Devin, following talks during the visit of the Como Lake and further discussions, I would like to bring the following situation to your attention. As previously pointed out on the numerous occasions of the representatives of new authorities in power tend to quite aggressively approach NZ unofficially with the aim to obtain cash from him. Initially, it was done by the representatives of Sabota Party and the Ministry of Internal Affairs. These so-called unofficial communications would entail blackmailing in case we don't cooperate, provide money in cash to the gas production business of NZ would be stopped, destroyed, etc. It's important to note that Sabota Party is represented in the government by General Prosecutor and Minister of Ecology and Natural Resources of Ukraine. The last organ together in the State Geological Subsurface Survey of Ukraine, which is directly subordinated to the Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources of Ukraine, are principal regulators in the area of issuing license for natural resources and control. After unsuccessful attempts to receive funds from our side, they proceeded with concrete actions. So far, we got information through unofficial channels that one or more pretrial proceedings were initiated by the Ministry of Internal Affairs with regard to Burisma holding companies that are heavily engaged in gas production and happen to be our holdings key companies. The Ministry of Internal Affairs contacted by Ministry of Ecology and Natural Resources and State Geological Subsurface Survey of Ukraine to obtain all documents concerning licenses issued since 2016 until now. The companies are of our holding. Okay, let me get. There's got to be something here. Oh, okay, here we go. Apart from that, they would unofficially approach our partners, clients, suppliers to intimidate them to stop working with our companies. These are typical instruments to destabilize business. We urgently need your advice on how you could use your influence, Hunter Biden's influence, to convey a message, signal, etc., to stop what we consider to be politically motivated actions, bearing in mind the following. Burisma Holdings is a leader in blah, 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 blah. This talk about why the Burisma was important to them. Yeah, because they make a lot of money. Interesting. Here, there's more to this article, but I'm not going to read it now. So I'm going to just pop this out here. There you go. There's what we're reading. Thank you, Cryptic, with the $5 on Streamlabs. Very greatly appreciated. And our new superstar donor of the day. That would be, apparently when they're all $5, that last $5 is the superstar donor. Anyway, Cryptic says, I'm getting my fingers ready. I protected an American kid once from a rabid dog. I told her, don't worry. I'd eat dogs like that for breakfast. Thank you, Cryptic. Always out for a funny. So anyway, well, looks like the Biden family has more explaining to do, and that's fascinating. All right, let's see. Let's check. Let's see what else. I got more. There's always more. Oh, this was interesting. More on Coney Barrett's grilling yesterday, so to speak. Coney Barrett frustrates Feinstein as she refuses to take the bait. I don't think we want judges to be legal pundits. This is the BizPac Review, which actually is a Daily Caller article. Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett held her ground against an onslaught of negative scrutiny by Democrats as her second day of confirmation hearings got underway. The federal appellate judge nominated by President Trump to fill the seat vacated by the late Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg was put under the microscope Tuesday as the confirmation process moved past opening remarks to allow Barrett to respond to questions. The conservative judge faced off with Senator Feinstein over several issues and repeatedly refused to prejudge cases. I wonder if anything about Chinese spies came up. Anyway, here's the exchange with Dianne Feinstein as this boots up. I don't know what's going on here. This was already there. Here, I'll tell you what we'll do. Hang on, maybe I can do it over here. Nope, got to do it here. Well, while that's loading, I'm gonna move on. Oh, there we go. Here we go. Let's see what. Let's watch this exchange. Maybe. I had that song "Call Me Maybe" stuck in my head when I was driving on the North Shore. I don't know why. Oh, because I was trying to get my wife to for not think about the song "Waterfalls." So then I heard the song "Call Me Maybe" in a gas station. I'm like, hey, this could be your saving grace. She was not happy with me because then she had both of them stuck in her head. All right, this is not playing. Anyway, let's during a series of questions, Feinstein addressed the president's threat to delay the election, and asked Barrett if the Constitution gives him the authority to do so. Her answer, if that question ever came before me, I would need to hear arguments from the litigants and read briefs and consult with my law clerks and talk to my colleagues and go through the opinion writing process.
Trump made claims of voter fraud. Trump made claims of voter fraud and suggested he wanted to delay the upcoming election. Does the Constitution give the President of the United States the authority to unilaterally delay a general election under any circumstances? Does federal law?
Well, Senator, if that question ever came before me, I would need to hear arguments from the litigants and read briefs and consult with my law clerks and talk to my colleagues and go through the opinion writing process. So, if I give off-the-cuff answers, then I would be basically a legal pundit. And I don't think we want judges to be legal pundits. I think we want judges to approach cases thoughtfully and with an open mind.
So, good example. She is very good at answering these questions. Please don't do this to me. I'm just going to close the whole window because I don't want to hear her voice. Yeah, that's pretty typical of the entire process, with Democrats asking questions about some specific cases or something that no one should be answering in a hearing because it's stuff that could come up. Dianne Feinstein is the most scariest person in all of Washington. I don't know if she's the scariest, but she just doesn't. You don't know what's happening with her. Obviously, she finds ways to put a wrench in things like she did with the Kavanaugh hearing. So I am so wary of her. I just thought this was interesting. So Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who, and this is a tweet, who Mazie Hirono called our champion on Monday. Okay. So here's the, you know what? This one speaks for itself. So I'm just going to play it. Because more Mazie Hirono, the senator from the great state of Hawaii. This is some classic shit from Mazie.
You use the term sexual preference to describe those in the LGBTQ community. And let me make clear, sexual preference is an offensive and outdated term.
Okay, now, hold on, stop. Did you hear that? Mazie Hirono is upset because Judge Amy Coney Barrett used the term sexual preference, claiming it is a offensive term. Hear it again.
Use the term
and I'll let it go.
Sexual preference to describe those in the LGBTQ community. And let me make clear, sexual preference is an offensive and outdated term.
But this time bring everybody along, regardless of color, sexual preference.
Based on whatever color, what their sexual preference might be.
By race, by age, by sexual preference.
It doesn't matter what your sexual preference is.
What their sexual preference is.
Never in the course of her military career had anything about her sexual preference had any impact.
Based upon race, color, or preference or sexual preference.
I don't think that you use the term sexual preference as just, I don't think it was an accident.
Our society has come to respect people, whatever their sexual preference.
So, now, granted, some of those clips were from the past, some are from the present, some are from the recent past. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, obviously, because she's no longer with us. But Mazie Hirono's just trying to find some woke reason to destroy this nominee. All right, let's. It's time to move on. So let's go into some. Let's get into some breaking news, if there is any, real quick. Okay. So here's what's going to replace the debate. Trump and Biden to take part in separate town hall events instead of the presidential debate. NBC News confirmed on Wednesday that it will host a town hall with President Trump on Thursday evening in Miami, moderated by Today host Savannah Guthrie. Oh, this will be great. It will air at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, the same time as former Vice President Joe Biden's town hall event on ABC. The two events will be held on Thursday in place of the previously scheduled second presidential debate. There's no reason they couldn't have had this debate. President Trump has tested negative for COVID 3 days in a row now. And they certainly could have made arrangements to have enough social distancing and all the stuff they needed to do to have a debate, a town hall, but no. So now, now it's funny because now Savannah Guthrie is going to host a town hall with the president. And, I'm just curious. Anyway, here's the thread from NBC News. President Trump will take part in an NBC Town Hall news event in Miami on Thursday. The town hall will be moderated by Savannah Guthrie and will take place outdoors in accordance with guidelines set by health officials and consistent with hall government regulations. Oh, but someone here says this is a reprehensible decision by NBC. And then, I hope no one tunes in because they'll be watching Biden on ABC. As a longtime NBC News watcher, I'm done. This decision is unprofessional and downright disgusting. Savannah Guthrie and the whole lot of them should be ashamed. Oh, I feel so bad for you. Kevin Cruz, this is embarrassing. Who's Kevin Cruz? I see him all the time on here. Hard pass, rewarding him for refusing to follow legitimate debate procedure. I'll be watching Biden Town Hall on ABC News. I'll bet you sneak a couple minutes of Trump's, though, won't you? I bet you will. This is going to be very, very interesting, okay? Because as you well know, the president and his rallies have been fairly large wherever he goes. It gets a huge crowd wherever he goes. And Biden, because of the way he's campaigned, now some of it's been by choice, where they'll go somewhere and they'll have little circles drawn on the ground. They'll only allow about 10 people to be there. But he did a rally in Arizona recently where basically there was nobody outside the venue, very few people in the venue. It's going to be really interesting to see which of these two town halls, the dueling town halls, supposedly at the very same time, one on NBC, one on ABC, which was going to get the higher number of viewers. It'll be very interesting. Now I have no, I have no confidence that Savannah Guthrie will be a good or a bad moderator of a town hall. It'll be interesting. Now, I think her tendency will be to let the people ask the questions. Of course, they're going to monitor the questions and have them ask things that are just complete and utter BS. But Trump can take it. Trump's been, the last town hall he did with George Snuffleupagus, he did a good job, even though all the questions were hostile. I think he did a good job as far as getting through that and not, being nice and genuine with the people as much as you could and not really insulting to them and even to George. So he does decent in these settings, and that town hall is preparing for any debate with Biden because he's already getting the hostile questions. Joe Biden does not get hostile questions. I probably will watch I'll probably find a way to watch both of them. But that the questions for Trump are, tell us why the terrible job you did, you should be reelected. Where Joe Biden's are going to be, what do you think of the terrible job that Trump did? They won't be asking Biden any questions. Anyway, thank you, Selecta Boy! Yeah, boy! For the $5 super chat via YouTube, who says, quote, unrelated, but did you know Steven Crowder voiced the brain from Arthur? What? I did not know that. Arthur, the PBS little mousy looking dude? I did not know that. Is that true? You just put it in the regular chat. I did not know that. I had no idea. Okay, let's see. Trump TV rally. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I want to go back to that. I want to go back to the replies to this. So we got the hard pass. Oh, this is a Trump TV rally. Shameful that you give that fraud airtime. Excuse me, Dr. G. He is the president of the United States. I don't care if you like him, hate him, or anything in between. He is the president of the United States. It's just how it works, guys. I'm sorry this is happening to you. Get over it. Let's see. Look at this. This is all the fucks I give. And then isn't that cute? Little Russian cradle dolls. Anyway, hurry up, book your standby undecided voters to attend. Yeah, it would be hilarious if they had the same undecided voters that were on the MSNBC and ABC town hall, or what was the Biden town hall, where they had the people who had already committed to vote for Biden, and then they get to the Biden town hall, and it's supposed to be a bunch of undecided voters, and 3 of the ones who asked questions had already been seen on TV elsewhere committing to voting for Joe Biden. Hilarious. Anyway, let's check the Biden thread now. Where's the ABC? Okay, that's NBC News. Where's the Biden one? Okay, these are all the Trump ones. Where's the Biden ones? Now, it's fascinating even here, because Trump takes up all the air in the room, right? Oh, here's the ABC News one. I say so far they're all NBC. Oh, now they have some. And National Institute of Health Clinical Director Dr. Clifford Lane provided a statement to NBC News that he and Dr. Anthony Fauci have concluded with a high degree of confidence that the president is not shedding infectious virus. So, Dr. Fauci said so. They can all be happy now. Here's ABC News. What will happen when the Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden directly faces the question of real voters in a key battleground state? Well, we tried this once before. Remember all those undecided voters that were already committed to Biden? So let's see if ABC does any better. Brian Stelter says ABC is fleshing out its plans for Thursday's town hall with Biden since there's no debate that night. The town hall starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, runs for 90 minutes, the same length as Trump's ABC event last month, and will be followed by a 30-minute post-show. Yes, the post-show of Democrats that are going to be praising Joe Biden and possibly sniffing his taint. Anyway, dueling town hall update. ABC schedules the Biden forum from 8 to 9:30 p.m. on Thursday. That somewhat boxes NBC in, which is still finalizing a Trump town hall. I'm told medical concerns remain a holdup. Well, no, because Dr. Fauci says they don't. Let's see. And related, that was from October 11th, they canceled the debate, which they didn't need to. Update in an interview with Fox Business, President Trump. Okay, that's because they wanted to do a virtual debate where Joe Biden could have his teleprompter and read it too, but they did not allow it. All right, let's check out any other breaking news, or recent news. Hey, Mars is brighter tonight than it will be any other night this year. If you are a planet watcher, don't miss your chance to admire the red planet. You don't need a spacecraft to see Mars. You can't miss it in the eastern sky just after sunset or toward the south by midnight local time. Today, Mars is at opposition, meaning it's positioned directly opposite the sun, which makes it especially bright. So this is you'll see the big old light up there. It looks like a giant star or a tiny moon. That will be Mars if you look up in the sky tonight. And here's how it works. When it's in opposition, that's when Mars looks brightest. So it's going to be should be the perfect storm for viewing Mars tonight, so to speak. Let's see what else we got that's breaking here. Presidential. Okay, we got the separate town halls. Stimulus. Okay. Oh, Kevin O'Leary on stimulus. We don't need the $1,200 checks. They're nice to have, but I guess we don't need them. Let's see. It looks like there's nothing new here. All yesterday's stuff. Usually there's at least a couple things that are a couple of, oh, here, let's go back to Senator Hirono, because I want to see what people are saying about her calling out offensive use of term sexual preference at Amy Coney Barrett's confirmation. I didn't really see any Twitter buzz about this. So we know that, I wish she wouldn't apologize. I wish she would not have apologized. Let's see. Here's the exchange again.
Convinced Senator Hawley you met his test. This morning, Senator Feinstein asked you a question about the Supreme Court's 2015 decision in Obergefell v. Hodges.
Okay. I have to stop. I'm sorry, but I have to stop. She talks like a Valley girl or someone. She talks like a 15-year-old. Her inflection is that kind of like he always talks up and this and that and da 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 da. Is that a Hawaii thing? I don't know. I guess the only other person I know from Hawaii didn't talk like that. I'm just curious. Okay, anyway, here we go.
Case in which the court recognized the constitutional right to same-sex marriage. And I was disappointed that you wouldn't give a direct answer on whether you agreed with the majority in that case or if you instead agree with your mentor, Justice Scalia, that no such right exists in the Constitution. So even though you didn't give a direct answer, I think your response did speak volumes. Not once, but twice. You used the term sexual preference to describe those in the LGBTQ community. And let me make clear, sexual preference is an offensive and outdated term. Okay. It is used by anti-LGBTQ activists.
No, it's used by a lot of people who haven't been given the memo. Whatever. Okay? In fact, many of your colleagues still use that term.
To suggest that sexual orientation is a choice. It is not. Sexual orientation is a key part of a person's identity. Sexual orientation is both a normal expression of human sexuality and immutable was a key part of the majority's opinion in Obergefell, which, by the way, Scalia did not agree with. So if it is your view that sexual orientation is merely a preference, as you noted,
how many legislation includes the term sexual preference? A lot. Now they've changed it. They've gone from sexual preference to sexual orientation. It's playing semantics like this is just bullshit. This is her trying to get her moment, and she got her moment because she gets featured on Twitter for using this.
The LGBTQ community should be rightly concerned whether you would uphold their constitutional right to marry. I don't think that you use the term sexual preference.
Yeah, whatever. There's not here. Let's do this. Let's go. All right, we're gonna just look at the responses to the Hills version of this. First one I find here. Is Hirono promoting sexist biological realism when it comes to sexuality? In our postmodern condition, an apogee of expressive hyper-individualism, sexual orientation is very much a choice. Oh, is it now? Interesting. Wow, so a straight person could choose to be homosexual tomorrow, just suddenly get massively turned on by members of their own sex, crave them, dream about him, want to get tossed over a bed by him. Wow, that's just too idiotic to still believe. Go buy some science. I know what he was trying to get at there. How the hell is having a preference for insert gender offensive? Preference to prefer. Hirono is an embarrassment to thought-having people. At what point did it become declared offensive? Serious question. Seems that like that is common usage intending no harm. That's where I'm at on here. All right, enough about Hirono. I can't. Anything else new? I'm past time here. Let's see. Anything? There's no new news. Okay, nothing's happening in the world other than the Amy Coney Barrett hearing. So that's where I'm going to end it today. Hey, best place to watch that is on C-SPAN. I don't think HB's even running it today because it's too hard to do. It just really is. But anyway, before you click anything whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button. We had some 58 people in here, and there's only 34 likes. So if you like what we do, great. If you don't, hit the don't like. Hit something. What's that song say? Something? I can't remember how that song goes. But anyway, I'm not going to sing it right now. Thank you so much for being here at the Morning Night Live today. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 1500 GMT for my people around the world who don't use American time zones. And if you like what we do, hit the like button, hit the share arrow down there to share this out. Please share the stream out, or you can retweet, repost, republish, or echo on Twitter, Minds, Gab, or Parler. I am at PDawgKnight there. I am active on Twitter, and I do notifications on the other three. Also, if you want to do donations to the show, help pay for the equipment that I've been buying furiously the last week, which is going to be set up hopefully by Friday. You can do that by doing a YouTube Super Chats, Streamlabs Super Chats, and Venmo and Cashapp donations. So those are the places you can go. So that's all for today. If you're watching on replay, put a comment in the comment section so that I know you were here. That's it. I'm done. My name is PDawg Knight, and I am out of here. Watch the new outro. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawg Knight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Knight, and I'm out of here.